The following podcast is a member of the Pokecasters Network. Pokecasters Network, supporting Pokemon content creators, their shows, and the community of Pokemon fans. To find out more, check out PokecastersNetwork.com or find us on Twitter and Facebook.
I love pigeons. I love pigeons as much as the next guy. Actually, probably more than the next guy.
You probably love pigeons more than the average.
Yeah, I really do. Actually, I really like pigeons.
He's the one.
But the I hate you.
Hello everyone, welcome to Not a Scratch, the only podcast that believes that Scratch is an overpowered move. I am your host, your PM, your DM, your GM, Anirudh himself, and with me here, truly, number one.
Oh, it's me, Mansour. I am number one. Hey, and I've got someone here with me. I've got someone here with me who claps for the pilot every time the plane lands.
It's me, Muhammad. It's the polite thing to do.
Well said. Yeah. A round of applause for pilots out there.
I was gonna say round of applause for me for landing that intro.
Oh, that's true. This is your first flight. Round of applause for all the pilots out there, veterans or news. This is going great. Hey guys, how you doing?
Commercial pilots, cargo pilots, amateur pilots, all the pilots.
Shout out to pilots.
21 pilots.
Pilot episodes. You guys too.
Exactly. How you guys doing? How's it been? How's it going? It's been a while? Question mark.
No, it's only been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Of all the weeks in my life, this is certainly one of them.
Well stated.
Are you okay, sir?
It's certainly been a week.
It has been a week. It's been 7 days, man. That's how weeks work these days. So, what happens now? Okay, we do the intro. We do the how you been. Usually I get a snark response, and then we talk about history books. That's right, history books.
Yes.
So history books.
I feel like the resident student is usually the most well-versed in books, but also the resident student is maybe the student who didn't do the reading.
Oh, I didn't do the reading. Full disclosure.
So we can have the recent student or the slightly older student, both in age and in terms of when they graduated by 6 months. Who's
in age by 6 months, maybe ish.
Give or I think it's like 4 months.
Is it?
I think, right? And regardless, it's long story short, we're all in the same ballpark of age. Anyway, yeah. So you want to do it, or you want me to do it? This is a great, guys. People listening at home, but this is a great start to the episode. I'm gonna guarantee you there. The rest of this episode, it's nothing better than this. So, Muhammad, would you like to do the recap, or would you like me to do the recap?
Well, where did we leave off 2 episodes ago?
We left off with. Let's see here. You did that. Working on that. Took that. So what I have here is that all of
what was last time the giant episode?
No. Well, okay, that's a good question. I'm gonna say as of this, the last time was the boring episode where everything was concluded and you did a recap and then went on.
Oh, right, because we don't know how all the stuff is getting cut up yet.
Exactly.
So we don't know where. Okay, so I'm just gonna choose an arbitrary point in the story.
Let's start with you're finished your house stuff. Does that make sense? Like the hut stuff? Like you breaking through the roof and getting out. Let's start there and just go from there.
Yeah. I was gonna pick a point arbitrarily a little later, but that works too.
Something like that. So, that'll definitely be a recap at least.
Yeah, so when we last left our heroes were somewhat scattered about. Kyle was in the midst of trying to get away from this flock of bird Pokemon, and while at the same time trying to, help Keldeo get the feather off the Skarmory. And Ralph was being taken away by some other group of bird Pokemon, and had abandoned / saved Manaphy in the process. I believe we started off last time with Kyle, who managed to successfully evade the bird Pokemon, get back to Keldeo and Skarmory. Found out that Keldeo had already gotten a feather from the Skarmory, and basically managed to communicate with Keldeo, like, all right, we're all good, let's get out of here. In the meantime, Ralph found himself in a cave and couldn't really sneak past the birds to get out of the cave, and got this really funny feeling that there was something farther down in the cave. So Ralph, after making a couple wrong turns, went deep into the cave and found this like lake/lagoon kind of thing in the cave, and managed to find in the middle of said cave, after fiddling around with the legendary musical instruments, an Aqua Monaco, which Kyle already had in his bag. And as Ralph is taking the Aqua Monaco away, he comes across this chest, and he's like, huh, it's weird. I think I've seen this chest before, but it's not a chest, it's a Ditto. And this Ditto is one of the original recruits, or at least like of this period in time, is like the leader and like the first recruit. And
they are the Atom of now. Or sorry, but yeah.
Yeah, essentially. And so Ralph has this interaction with Ditto and kind of learns like, oh, so you're like, you're a recruit. I'm like, oh, interesting, and gets some clarity on like the weird dream that he had like the other day. And so they have that interaction, and then Ditto helps Ralph get out of the cave and back in time to not only reunite with Manaphy, but also reunite with Kyle and Keldeo, who have basically just Keldeo has burst out of the cage that the birds had him in, and they are booking it out of there, and they book it out of there, and they make it out, and then they continue traveling. They leave the forest they were in. They travel down a road. As they are traveling and getting away and resting up, one of the nights, Ralph has a dream where he is in the dream world, and then there was someone else in the dream world, but then it turns out that was just the dream and not actually the dream world. And now Ralph gets to interact with Ditto in the dream world again, and learns, oh, this is a way for me to get into the dream world wherever I want. There's this ancient room, bang bang bosh, Bob's your uncle, I'm in, because Ralph speaks Oldish. Meanwhile, Kyle has absolutely no clarity on the weird dream he's having with the light, except now instead of one light, there's like 20 lights. And if I'm not mistaken, they haven't conversed about these dreams yet. They still don't know about each other's weird dreams that have been happening. And while they have not been talking, they've been traveling, and now they've come across this town, and we're entering the tournament arc of Not a Scratch, because the town is having a tournament where the winner of the tournament gets to fight against the mayor, who is a shiny emerald. And that is where we left off.
Well,
that was very comprehensive. I'm proud.
Very good. Might be a top 5 summary in this series so far.
If we were to rank the top 5 summaries, how many times would I appear on that list?
Very few, mainly
All
because
5.
we won't do summaries.
Oh, never mind.
That's fair. I took like an arc and a half off.
Yeah.
I retired early, and then I came back, and now like I did my first 3-peat, and then I retired.
It's about quality, not
a little bit, and now I'm coming back. You know what I'm saying?
It's about quality, not quantity, though. And I feel like the quality of your recaps are much higher than mine, generally speaking.
I can see that when Mansour's hot, he's hot, but he just has to do so many that kind of fades after some time, and then you gotta recover. That's why you're good at the second episodes, because you're like already running into it.
Mansour is the Jeremy Lin to my Amari Stoudemire.
Oh my gosh.
Great. With that explanation that I barely understood, despite knowing basketball, and I know Mansour didn't understand. Why don't we?
I kind of got it.
Oh, you did? Okay. All right. Sweet.
He's the Nelson Aguilar to my Deshaun Jackson.
There is no chance he got that.
No. I don't sports. I'm sorry.
There is no way in heaven that he got that one. Perfect. Anything to add, Mansour, that you can think of? I only have one small
No.
detail, but if you have any...
Yeah, I know.
I think Mom had already covered this, but I now know how to get into and out of the dream world at my own free will. But that's it.
Great. Only thing, and this may or may not make a difference. It's 21 lights that you saw.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot.
Well, no, there is a reason why I have to specify that, and that only will make sense 6 episodes from now, maybe. But
all right. Let's like in post, can you replace where I said 20 lights with about 20 lights like that? Like, can you just cut?
I think you said about 20 lights, but I'm just confirming. Anyway,
I did not say about 20 lights. I think I maybe said like 20 lights.
All right, that's good.
Which is not exactly an approximation because I use like a lot. So if you could like just maybe throw the about in there, that
yeah, sure. We'll totally do that.
Yep, it's not happening.
It's not happening. Anyway, let us dive on in. Hello everyone, welcome to the tournament arc. If you thought that we weren't an anime yet, well now we are. We've got our tournament arc. We've got our protagonist with the shiny hair. We've got our side characters. Keldeo, by the way, is the main protagonist. And we've got everything.
We've got our protagonist with the shiny hair who gets this weird glow whenever he does something
exactly.
amazing. Like,
exactly.
This is an anime.
No, it's perfect. We've got that character. We've got our side character that's the really smart one. We've got the side character that's the really strong one. We've got the side character that's like the baby of the group. It's a perfect combination. This is literally every anime. The only thing we need is a tournament arc with a main villain / person to defeat. Oh wait, we've got that. Bang, let's go. Studio Ghibli, call us, even though this is not anywhere near your territory of genre.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. So, you guys entered this town, you know that, I think where we last left off, you guys entered the town, hey look, there's a sign there for a tournament, hey look, that's a blue Embor, hey look, that's on our list, hey look, we should do that, and here we are. So, where do we go from here?
I feel like Keldeo knows what we need to do here. Like,
Very
come
true.
on, do we need to spell it out for him?
You have to spell it out for the NPC, because Keldeo's an NPC. And we're gonna do this.
I thought Keldeo was one of the good NPCs, where like he actually knows what's happening and can make smart decisions.
There is only one good NPC. There is only one good NPC in this entire show, and that is Susie. And since Susie's clearly not here, it's Keldeo's on.
I was gonna say that.
But
if you want people that know what they're doing, it's just Susie.
But do we know that Susie's not here?
No, you don't. That's a good point.
Susie is everywhere. That's the point.
Okay. So at this point, I presume Keldeo's like, hey, look, that's a, oh shoot. Nearly just knocked over half the things in this room. Hey, look, there's a blue Embor thing. We should probably go follow that, right, guys?
Kyle is just flashing him 2 thumbs up and has like the Cheshire cat grin all over his face. Kyle, this is the moment Kyle has been waiting for.
This is very confusing for Ralph because he has never seen Kyle in this kind of state.
What? Kyle excited? This ain't right.
Showing emotion. Ralph nods. He's like, yeah, this is from what I'm familiar with. This is usually the kind of stuff that gets you progress.
Manapy has pulled out a bubble sword and is like promoting everyone to charge. It's like, yeah. So you guys head over to the registration table, of which there are some Pokemon lined up, a number that will be determined while we get you guys in line. So, you see here there's a long list of people's Pokemons, all getting ready to find this tournament thing. Now, there is a grand prize for this tournament thing, beside the whole, like, mayor thing. So not only do you get the honor of fighting the mayor of the town, the Blue Embor, but you also get, what would be a good value for this? Let's see. You get we'll just say a giant chest full of goodies. We'll say whatever's in there has to be determined, but at the very least, you know you get a chest with goodies.
Wow.
So now there's monetary motivation, and that of course brings out the best in everyone. So as you guys get in line, what exactly is the game plan here? Keldeo obviously is going to sign up because Keldeo has to sign up.
Yep.
You guys, for all intents and purposes, are non-existent, and so it would be very difficult for you to sign up as yourself, unless you apparently shock me right here and right now, which I have a feeling at least one player character might be trying to do.
Kyle's sticking with Keldeo here. I don't know what Ralph's doing.
I don't think Ralph is. Gosh, it's been so long since I punched something. I don't.
That is a Ralph quote of the year right there.
I don't
Gosh, it's
know.
been so long since I've punched something.
I'm so torn. Do I sign up or not?
That's a good point. It has been at least 2 days since you tried to rough up one of those birds. Maybe longer if you're talking about that full-on like fight.
Here's what I'm gonna do, Anirudh. Here's what I'm gonna do.
Alright, go for it.
Odds or evens?
Oh, brother. You're telling me to do this?
Yes. All right. If it's even, then I do sign up, and if it's odds, I won't sign up. I'm rolling this D12 because I never get to roll a D12.
It's a 7.
It's a 7. It is a 7.
Nice.
So odds is I don't sign up. Correct? That's what I said.
That's
That's
what
what
you
you
said.
said.
Okay, I'm sticking with Keldeo then. I'll find something else to punch later.
Perfect.
Or we can cheat.
What? Never. Impossible. Anyway, Keldeo is.
Hey! I thought Ralph was on his goody two shoes act now. That's what I thought.
Oh, I don't. But maybe Kyle's not. We'll see.
If things have changed.
Why are you putting words in my character's mouth? Play your character.
I said maybe.
Did I play your character?
I said maybe. I don't know what Kyle's gonna do. I'm like, maybe Kyle's not. And if Kyle's not, then he's gonna be on board. That's all I'm saying.
Hey. Play your character. That's all.
I am playing my character. My character is a very curious boy who thinks about what other people are feeling and thinking. It's natural.
Great. Anyway.
Are we not gonna? I guess Ralph has completely forgot about the weird epiphany that he had after the first task. But whatever, it's fine. Mansour genuinely doesn't remember this. Let's keep moving.
Wait, I had an epiphany. I thought it was. I didn't know.
Get an epiphany about your epiphany.
Oh wait, we did. Oh wait, I realized that we cheated the first time. I didn't want to. Okay, yeah, I remember this now. Okay, yeah. And no one seemed to acknowledge it. I remember this.
All right, great.
Then I won't cheat.
Well, hey, listen. You can play your character. I'm just reminding you of how you played your character in the past.
Good point. Good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Let's see. So
I'm just very much forcing a specific moment to happen here.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're good.
Okay, so you guys.
I expect to be punished for this.
We'll see. Depending on how I end up generating these things, you might not be. But you guys get to the front of the line where some Pokemon, we'll say for simplicity's sake, it's a Pig Knight, is signing people up. It's like, okay, name, license and registration was what I was about to say. Name, and then Keldeo signs up.
Registration.
Keldeo signs up with his name, which is Keldeo, and his Pokemon species, which is Keldeo, and his ability, which is Keldeo, and all that sort of stuff.
Ability, Keldeo.
Moveset, Keldeo.
Gender, Keldeo.
Gender
Sacred
is
Sword.
Keldeo. Exactly. So Keldeo signs up at this point, and Keldeo is about to head away from the desk. Is there anything that's happening at this point? Because I have no idea when you're doing your thing, if you're doing your thing. Because Keldeo has officially signed up.
I'm just following and trying to give Keldeo all the encouragement and be like, yeah, that's right, you're gonna destroy this. You're gonna do great.
Kyle's trying to scope out the competition as they're leaving, seeing who else is signing up and seeing if he's gonna have a chance to have any fun here or not.
Great. With that, roll perception.
Both of us or just Kyle?
Just Kyle in this instance, seeing as.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if perception is the right thing. You can roll right now and just add.
Yeah. I dropped the die and it hit the little mouse pad that I'm using and just didn't roll, so I'm re-rolling. It genuinely just fell down and that was it.
Perception, I think, is the best one in this case.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 3.
3. There's a lot of Pokemon here, and it's very difficult to determine who is here to compete, who is here to watch, and who is here running stuff. So,
gee, thanks.
There are a lot of Pokemon of varying scales. There is a Wurmple, and then immediately following that Wurmple is a Garchomp. So you're like, look, I don't know what's going on here.
Okay, well, there's a chance. We'll figure it out. Let's move.
Great. So you head on out. following Keldeo. Keldeo at this point is sort of based by like I'll say there's like a tree or something nearby, and just like I guess the best way to describe it is just like calming himself down, trying to think, all right, like here are the strategies I do. If they do this thing, if they attack my left side, I sidestep to the right and then do a left like hit and then back up. This like going through strategies in his head while you guys.
You got a bob, you got a rock and lead.
Alright, let's see. There's like the 1-2-1. There's like the 1-2-3. There's like the 2-2-2, which is kind of risky, but 2-2-2 is just basically both fists go out at the same time. And so on and so forth.
Clarifying question.
Go for it.
Did Keldeo see Victini wink at Kyle?
Keldeo see Victini wink at Kyle.
I don't remember the answer to this.
Are
we about to retcon this, or?
Shoot. I want to say.
Like, does Keldeo know what Kyle does?
I want to say yes.
Okay, cool.
So, make of that what you will.
Alright, duly noted.
So Keldeo is doing this right now, and it's going to be a little while before the actual tournament begins. So what is the game plan here?
I'm just here to be emotional support. I'm like, yeah, Keldeo, you got it.
Woo.
That's right. Hit him with the left hook. You got it.
I think at this point, Keldeo and Ralph are just doing, like, fighting lessons.
We're doing a training montage.
Yeah,
we're doing
exactly.
in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. We're doing when Doc Lewis is on the bike and Lil Mac is in his pink hoodie and running behind him. That's what's happening.
I'm assuming Manaphy is with them.
Manaphy's in your bag, so unless you let Manaphy go over there, Manaphy's sticking with you.
Yeah, we're chilling for a bit. Manaphy could hop out of the bag. Manaphy.
Yeah, alright, so in that case, Manaphy's out there doing the same training lesson. So Ralph at this point is like pacing back and forth, like, this is a place of opportunity for worthy warriors. And Keldeo's sitting up straight. Manaphy's like playing with a bubble, but then like every time you look at Manaphy, Manaphy's like hiding the bubble behind their back, just like, yep, yeah, I'm listening. Hit bubbles.
Kyle, in the meantime, is like, I know I already tried this, but more specifically, Kyle is looking around now that they're like just waiting and doing nothing. Kyle's waiting to see if he can see the Skarmory from before.
Specifically the Skarmory?
Specifically the Skarmory.
Okay.
Because wasn't the Skarmory the other one trying to do the tasks?
Presumably, that's what the conversation was about.
Well, yeah, exactly. Kyle's keeping an eye out for that Skarmory, seeing if that Skarmory is anywhere to be found here.
Okay, if that is the case, I want you to roll perception with advantage.
Well, hey, we'll take that. Alright, come on. Sad. I only rolled 18.
You only rolled an 18, unfortunate. So with an 18...
Well, with a -1 modifier, by the way. Like, my first roll was a 19, and I was really hoping to improve on it.
With an 18, you don't see the Skarmory. The Skarmory is clearly not here. Nor is there any sign of anyone from that group. There are birds here, but those birds look like
They don't report to the big boss or the big boss.
Yeah, exactly. This is just a bird. Like,
Okay.
chilling.
Nice.
Well, means that we have some peace of mind to have our fun. Kyle's just ready for this tournament to start.
Great, and soon afterwards, the tournament does begin. Rather than go actually, you know what? Do we go through it? Yeah, let's go through it, why not? Alright, so, there are a total of 64 competitors at this tournament.
Nice.
Am I going to run through all of these? Absolutely not, but there are 64 competitors at this tournament. And you see here a range of Pokemon that are here, from Pokemon that definitely should not be here, to Pokemon that should probably be banned if this was Smogon or some other set like that. Like, it is a wide range here. They are seated, I'm gonna say they did some sort of, like, prior to a boxing match, like the weigh-in and, like, physical test type of thing. I'm gonna say they did that sort of thing, and they're seated by presumed power level. Why has this turned into Dragon Ball Z? Don't ask me, but they're
the
going
real
by...
question is, what does the scouter say about Keldeo's power levels?
That is true. Keldeo is currently ranked. I'm gonna have all three of us roll a D10, and we'll see what that says.
A D10.
D10.
That's a 6.
2.
A 1. 6, 2, and 1. Keldeo is ranked 9th out of these 64 competitors.
That's some garbage rankings right there, but okay.
Now, Keldeo is currently in calm form, so maybe rage form would boost them up a lot, but...
Keldeo in calm form is already kinda OP.
Very true, but that's why he's 9th, but That's why they're 9, sorry. But, we'll see. Anyway, so rather than go through this entire list, I'll just tell you right now, like, the 1v64 match was hilarious because the 64 won, of course. Just proving that these scouters are completely wrong. I'm gonna say, let me think. It's a Feebas versus that Garchomp I mentioned earlier. This Feebas just goes, bop, 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 one hit, and just ding, ding, ding. This Garchomp was very much like the, I'm strong on the outside, now let me use my tackle attack. While Feebas is like, let me show you the power of my Hadouken! No.
Feebas used Hydro Cannon?
Feebas
Wait,
used Hydro Cannon.
I'm curious now. What
Can
is
Feebas
he?
learn Hydro Cannon? I feel like Feebas has a better moveset than
Feebas, I'd imagine, doesn't have a great learn set.
Let's see, what are we looking at here? Splash, Tackle, and Flail. Great moveset.
Yeah,
There's TMs and stuff.
Yeah, it can learn stuff by Well, yeah, I guess it can learn stuff by TM and by breeding and stuff, but...
I'm gonna say what happens is Feebas is just splashing around for a while, everyone's laughing, and then because Flail is a move that does more power the lower HP you get, Feebas is at like 1 HP and is like, are you ready now? So Feebas wins, and we just go through the tournament arc like this. Keldeo wins a lot of his fights, not surprisingly, and we narrow it down to the top 8. Unfortunately, Feebas did not make it this high. Apologies for that. But the top 8. Now, who are these top 8? I'm going to throw it out to you. Who are Pokemon that you think are eligible enough to get to the top 8 of this type of tournament? Feel free to throw joke answers in if you'd like. However, I would prefer more real than joke answers. One of them obviously is Keldeo.
Flygon could be here.
A Flygon? I agree.
Alright, so we got Keldeo. We got Flygon. We're thinking powerful Pokemons.
I don't know how powerful Muck is, but I want to see a Muck.
Go for
in
it.
the top 8.
On a similar kind of vibe, Camerupt is not OP, but I feel like a Camerupt would kind of like clean up in this kind of tournament, say.
Bingo, Camerupt.
I want to see a Wobbuffet.
A Wobbuffet, perfect.
A Wobbuffet, okay. Scizor?
Well, they're wrong. Scizor, we got 2 more spots left.
Ooh, have we done a Hariyama yet in this podcast?
Another beefy boy.
There we go, Hariyama.
And
right, so let me go over.
Should we throw like a Gardevoir in here as well?
We can. Let me go over what we've got so far. So we've got Keldeo, Flygon, Muck, Camerupt, Wobbuffet, Scizor, Hariyama.
We don't have any like super like agile, graceful fighters. Like Scizor is agile, but Scizor is like speed and power, not like speed and like elegance. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we could have like a Gardevoir, or like a Milotic, or like.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Or what did you say? Sorry.
I said Greninja, but that's also like speed and power.
Yeah, Greninja's more in the Scizor line, I feel like.
Yeah. I feel like we could throw like.
You want a fairy type?
Not necessarily a fairy type.
I know. I'm just messing.
I mean, I will say, for the record, my stance on the fairy type has softened.
What?
Gotcha.
All right, listen. That's the thing we're gonna have to discuss after this episode. But for now,
We'll unpack that later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw that out there.
Is Drifblim agile?
No.
No,
Okay, I figured
Drifblim
not.
isn't a speedy Pokemon. I think Drifblim is actually a really slow Pokemon. Now that I think
Drifblim is incredibly slow.
Okay.
But I think it's much more defensive as a result. Anyway,
I like Gardevoir.
Gardevoir works.
Gardevoir is a good combo of strength, like actual like being strong, and also like won't be like that same kind of like melee hand to hand kind of.
Sure, I got you. Okay, so we narrowed
know
down.
what?
We also have Wobbuffet in here, just because why not?
Let me propose a Shuckle. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, Shuckle would be perfect for replacing Wobbuffet if you felt.
I'm really sad no one caught what I said. Oh well.
I don't catch anything anyone says. It's not a personal, kid.
All right. Anyway, we have our top
What I
8.
said got lost in the sauce, and I feel like listening back to it, Anirudh's gonna miss it the first time around, hear what I'm saying, rewind for like 30 seconds, and then hear it. Because I think what's gonna happen here.
Anyway, we have our top 8: Keldeo, Flygon, Muck, Camerupt, Wobbuffet, Scizor, Hariyama, and Gardevoir, all worthy opponents to take on the big bad Emboar. Now, these 8 appear. They've gone through their battles. They're all great. They've all refreshed. They come into the stadium at the same time as the announcer proclaims that this will be a 1-on-1-on-1-on-1-on-1-on-1-on-1-on-1 fight.
Can I just throw
So
out
it's
there
a
that
free-for-all?
It's a free-for-all, yeah.
Can I just throw out there that Kyle is with Keldeo at this point in the tournament now that it's gone from one-on-one battles to a free-for-all?
Perfect.
Kyle is sitting on Keldeo and just like riding in.
Ralph is in the audience, or like on the at the very least like front row seats, and he's like, "What are you doing? Shouldn't you come, Kyle? What are you doing? Come back!"
And Kyle was up in the stands this whole time and then just disappeared.
Where's Manaphy right now?
Manaphy is in the stands with Ralph. Kyle left Manaphy in his bag as if like he was like going to the bathroom or something, and then just pops out with
Keldeo. Set us on the field.
Perfect. Manaphy at this point has like a jersey on with like Kyle and Keldeo, and it's just like woo woo. Manaphy has face paint, the whole 9 yards. Hello, this is Anirudh, the GM, PM, DM of Not a Scratch, and thank you for listening to this episode. As always, episodes come out weekly, so be sure to follow us, subscribe, and do all those important things you ought to do when supporting a podcast. If you've enjoyed the episode and want to support us in any way, shape, or form that you can, the best way to do so is to share us with your friends, your family, your coworkers, your colleagues, everyone. Your voice is extremely important to make this show even bigger and better than ever. Also, leave us a review on your podcasting platform. Reviews help to bring new people into our community and also give us advice on what we can improve on in the future. You can also follow us on Twitter at NotAScratchCast or email us as well at notascratchcast@gmail.com if you have any cool ideas to add to the podcast or just want to reach out to us. We also have a Discord for Not a Scratch and have a bunch of amazing, awesome, wonderful people that have already joined. If you're already there, shout out to you. Join us at that Discord link down in the description below to help build the Not a Scratch community. We've also got a website which you can check out at www.notascratchcast.com. The website has access to all of our episodes, including this one that you're listening to right now, our merchandise page with a bunch of amazing, awesome, wonderful items, which you can also get at a 10% discount throughout February of 2022 with the code LAUNCH10, and an art page where we post commissioned and fan art. If you send us your fan art, you might see it on our website. Our website and merch will be updating over time, so stay tuned. We want to thank Glitch X City for the songs Kirby's Dream Land, the Lo-Fi remix, Prince N Final Battle remix, N's Castle Bridge remix version 2, Team Rocket Battle remix version 2, Hoenn Elite 4 remix, Hoenn Champion remix version 2, and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Zinnia Battle remix. We also want to thank Tabletop Audio for the song Cut Purse Pursuit. We also want to shout out our patrons. We at Not a Scratch have a Patreon where you can get amazing extra benefits regarding the show and its future, including early access to episodes, special behind-the-scenes looks at what goes into the game, special newscasts from the Outcast region, and more. You'll also be recognized during the show. Thank you to our guild interns Ginny, Harper, and Ursa93, our guild members Kira1 and Alchemage, our guild master Eli, our governor Suited Tree, and finally thank you to our wiggly goat Pure Glaceon. For more information about anything discussed in this midsection, you can check out the links in the episode description or contact us on Discord, Twitter, email, and everything in between. If you're interested in having a promo on the show for your podcast, we'd love to help. All you have to do is send us an email or contact us on Twitter or Discord, and we'd be happy to discuss more. Now, speaking of promos, this is going to get a little more personal project-y. I've got two of them that are both, again, personal projects. Number one, and the one that'll have the advertising immediately afterwards, is Adoran Region Sports. This is another show that I have that is up, active, and it's quite literally going a lot better than I thought it would. It's basically what would happen if the NBA and all of the shows that are related to it, whether it's ESPN or TNT Tonight and all of those other sort of shows, combined with Pokemon. What if Pokemon were playing sports? What if Pokemon had a basketball league unlike any other? You can check that out, again, in the episode description, or just wait for the ad that's going to be playing immediately after this. The second one is another personal project, and this one I'm going to get a little closer, a little bit more in-depth with. Now, I'm planning on creating another show. I know what you're thinking. another one, maybe. We'll see. Anyway, I'm looking for another show, and specifically looking for guests that are willing to participate in what I'm going to effectively classify as one-shots. I've mentioned this on Twitter and on Discord before, so if you've seen this sometime in mid-January, I believe is when I posted that tweet. Sometime around there, I talked about this, but if you're interested and haven't seen that yet, all you really need to know is a little bit about TTRPGs, a little bit about Pokemon. If you're a fan of rules light systems, storytelling skills, and improv skills. So basically, if you like our show, or any show similar to this, then you might be an interesting guest. Now, I'm looking for a lot of guests potentially, so don't think that you're out of luck or that the quota has been filled or anything. More information about this will be given on a later date. I'm still planning things out currently, but please, please, please let me know via Twitter, via Discord, via email, via some other method that you somehow found, I don't know, website queries or something like that. Any sort of method, please, please, please let me know that you're interested if you haven't already, because I am looking for a lot of guests. Okay, that's a very long midsection. Apologies for that. Here's the promo for Aduran Region Sports, and then back into the action. Pokemon and sports have merged together to create a brand new show unlike anything you may have ever seen. Check out Aduran Region Sports for the ARBA, or Aduran Region Basketball Association, as we attempt to crown an ARBA champion. On Mondays, check out Heads or Tails, a debate show with Aaron A. Anderson and Hop Baymore. On Wednesdays, listen to The Aduran Show with Aduran himself as his radio show examines everything. And on Fridays, check out ARBA Tonight with Andy Johnson and Adam Nelson to get an inside look on the news of the week. Games are available on weekends, and the season has already begun. All of this is available only on Aduran Region Sports. What level are you? So this is a one-on-one, etc. free-for-all fight between our 8 competitors, and as you may remember, unlike in the modern world where battles are structured and organized, battles here are just kind of whack each other until we figure somebody wins. So, without further ado, unless you guys have anything to say, we can begin that battle.
Kyle is beyond ready for this. This is gonna be fun.
Great, can't wait for this.
I also do have like specific objectives I do want Kyle to hit in this one.
Great,
Okay.
We'll see if that happens.
Ralph is like, oh,
Wait,
where are you taking so
remind
long?
me of the field again. I may not be able to hit one of them.
The field currently?
Yeah, remind me of who all is here again.
So this is Keldeo, of course, Flygon, Muck, Camerupt, Wobbuffet, Scizor, Hariyama, Gardevoir.
Flygon, Ground Dragon is neutral. Grass is neutral against it, right?
Correct.
Okay. Well, I can only hit one of them.
Interesting.
Okay, so without further ado, we can begin. Everybody in the battle, including Kyle, roll initiative. I say that out loud.
What?
This is just me rolling
happening?
initiative.
Kyle, get back here!
This is just me rolling initiative 8 times. That. Okay.
I need to actually need to pull up an RNG for this one.
Alright, you know what? I just rolled a random initiative for everybody. I don't have stat block built. I'm just doing this with what my mind tells me. Alright.
Whack,
we're
I
gonna
got a
go.
4.
You got that. You got this. Okay, so here's the problem with your 4, is that all of these Pokemon are not only a higher level, but also faster and just better than you.
Oh, yeah.
Not to be blunt.
Oh yeah.
So not only that, I'm gonna have this happen since we're changing the minigame from whatever this is into more of a can Kyle do stuff. So as soon as the bell rings, ding ding ding, now all of a sudden everything is a blur around you. Pokemon are just charging at each other. You see Wobbuffet go back in the corner and just kind of like hold steady, ready to just for somebody to hit them and then just bounce it right back. Gardevoir has bounced to a different sort of, I'm thinking like Roman Coliseum circle type thing, so a different section of the circle, and is starting to like use their mental powers to throw sand around and block everything as they strategize a plan. Scizor and let's see who else would be. Scizor and Hariyama are now in a full-on fist fight.
Of course.
Flygon is up in the air, starting to blast flames at Camerupt, who is blasting back flames of their own. Muck has sort of tried to dissolve into the ground itself, trying to pop out at random spots. Keldeo is sort of looking back at you like, all right, you ready?
Kyle just like very like straight face, just like nods, just like let's go.
And Keldeo rushes out with a blur. So here is what's going to happen. Everyone's just going to continue to do damage, which I will roll on my side. But for you to hit, your accuracy rolls are going to be at a disadvantage level after, regardless of what's everything happening. So it's a disadvantage. If it is at advantage, it's neutral. If it's neutral, it's disadvantage. If it's disadvantage, we're doing doubles disadvantage.
Oh my god.
Okay, so like I need to hit 3 times on a quick attack, for example.
Correct.
Okay.
So things are going to be tough. However, as a reminder,
I am
Keldeo is
invisible,
here.
but I am invincible. There is nothing stopping me.
Ralph
Nothing
is
can go wrong.
Ralph is like, what is going? Get out there, Kyle. What is happening?
So this is occurring, and I will, we'll start the battle. So at any point, for you, okay, so with you, rather than have this be a normal battle, which would take a lot of my brain power and that I don't feel like doing, I'm just rolling damage off on the side here. Every now and then, basically, is how it is in real life, but basically we'll just go back and forth between us. I'm gonna have Kyle roll whatever move he wants to do. We see if it works. If it works, great. Doesn't, oh bad. Then everybody else will do their stuff while you sort of recover from this and then go for your next attack. We're not gonna do, we're not gonna go turn by turn, because with 8 Pokemon and the way that these battles are structured, it'll be like 50 turns before you go again. But we'll check this out. Also, as a reminder, Keldeo can go into rage mode once Keldeo has sufficed whatever made-up criteria I have about rage mode.
Is there actually a criteria?
Yes and no.
Because I was gonna say, I feel like we've seen like very inconsistent uses of this rage mode.
Very
I feel like
true.
we've had the discussion of what causes it, and you've given the answer of.
Very true, and that's partly story related and partly because I haven't figured it out. Story-wise, Keldeo's just trying to figure out what rage mode is and how to tap into it, which Keldeo has struggled with at times because it's brand new to them. And reality-wise, I don't know what exactly it is. However, I do know something interesting about rage mode, that if it happens, you'll see it. So, with that being said, go for your first attack while I do a bunch of damage calculations on the side.
Alright. I think Kyle is just gonna get in and amongst it right away. And what Kyle's gonna do is Kyle's just gonna like test the waters and go for like a simple leafage on the Wobbuffet just hiding in the corner, just to see like what he can do in this scenario.
Great, so go ahead and roll your leafage.
With disadvantage.
Yeah.
No!
It sounds like you had a good roll and then a not good roll.
No, I had a 15 and then I had a 20.
Oh, that's
Aw.
worse.
I don't get the crit.
You don't get the crit. The move does hit. Go ahead and roll damage. No, don't roll damage. We'll just see if the move hits. No, we'll just see if the move hits or not. So the move hits in this case. So you sort of just like sneakily shoot out leaves. Huh. And this is interesting. Okay.
Well, but leafage is... What's the description of leafage again? Because it's a physical attack. It's not like a special attack like a razor leaf.
Let me check this out. Leafage is a damage-dealing grass-type move. Blah, blah, blah. Deals damage and has no secondary effect. It's physical. The user attacks by pelting the target with leaves.
Yes! Chaos!
Let me just make sure. Multiple leaves. So it's a physical move, but it does shoot leaves out. So I guess the physical part is you getting smacked with leaves.
Yeah.
Okay, so so Keldeo is now in the fray. You, looking at this Wobbuffet, shoot out the leaves. I'm going to have you roll something. What am I having you roll?
Performance?
It's the same book. I was thinking deception initially, but performance works as well. That's both cute. So I'm gonna need you to roll cute. This, unlike the other things, are just regular rolls.
Yeah. 4 plus 1 is 5.
4 plus 1 is 5. Great. Okay. Wobbuffet is now not only like damaged slightly, it's barely anything, but Wobbuffet now knows that there is someone using grass-type moves in this Coliseum place. However, as you may check by the list here, very few Pokemon can use grass-type moves.
Who could use a grass type move? Scizor may be able to learn one.
Yeah, without really thinking about it, Scizor and Gardevoir are the only ones that pop in my head. Maybe Flygon, but that's like an outside shot.
Yeah, I doubt it. Yes. And even Gardevoir is a stretch.
I know Gardevoir can learn Magical Leaf.
Yeah, but that's like the only one.
Correct. So, at this point, Wobbuffet now knows there's somebody using Grass-type moves, and is now starting to scan and see if somebody is using Grass-type moves. And if not, there's a cheater.
Yep.
Perfect. Exactly how this was built.
Well, but the question is, right, like, sure, there's a cheater. What's the proof? How? Where?
Well, you may remember that moves were listed in the physical. Remember, Keldeo wrote down, like, my name, my type, all that stuff.
True.
So this could be a problem. It's kind of resting on luck if somebody is using Grass-type moves or not.
Yeah, but also, I mean, like, it's a free-for-all. How do they know who the cheater is?
That's the part that'll be the confusing aspect of it.
Right? Like, you just assume whoever won was cheating. But it may not be the case. It could have been that the cheater still lost.
Very true. With that being said, however, alright, I'm gonna need you to roll a d20, just straight up.
That's an 8.
An 8. Okay, now I'm gonna roll something. Let's see what we got here. Okay, that's good enough. You see soon afterwards, Gardevoir starts using Magical Leaf, so
nice.
You were good in that respect.
I am free to continue using leafy attacks.
Correct.
Of which I only have one.
Very true. So at this point, the battle is continuing. Bang, bang, bang. Everybody's going chaotic. As soon as one person attacks one, the third person comes in to attack, and it looks like they're teaming up, except they get stabbed in the back by the fourth person, who kicks the fifth person, who does something else. You get the gist. Free-for-all ensues. A little bit later, it's your turn again. Everyone has had more damage. No one is knocked out. What is your plan now?
Is anyone, like, close to being KO'd?
Close to being KO'd. No one is close to being KO'd.
Okay. Oh, I don't even have to use stat checker. Okay.
No, not for this case. There's a lot of chaos going on here. To use stat checker would be.
Yeah. Okay. Kyle has seen Gardevoir use Magical Leaf, and so now is unafraid to use Leafage again. And Kyle almost wants to just send a Leafage attack just into the fray in an area where Keldeo is not.
Well, so you are on Keldeo, so you can kind of like tell Keldeo, hey, get out of it for a bit. I'm gonna use Leafage, and then you just dive back in, like I'm taking a breather or something.
Okay.
Up to you if that's how you want to do it.
I think what Kyle's gonna do then is just like from atop Keldeo, right? Because Keldeo's like somewhere in the fray, right?
Currently, yes.
Kyle's just gonna like look in a random direction and see. Let me roll a d8. Who do I see? I see 7. Who was the last person that we added?
Gardevoir.
All right. Kyle sees. Oh wait. All right. Kyle sees Gardevoir.
Yeah, how's this one gonna work?
And you know what? It just got ascended. Kyle's gonna go for a Leafage attack against Gardevoir and just see what happens.
Oh my.
Great. Sounds like a blast.
I'm banking on missing a 15 and a 9, so that's a hit.
Okay, so that hits. So that means that this Leafage is charging out at Gardevoir, much to Gardevoir's confusion.
Yes! Chaos!
And
we can play it off as a mirror coat from Wobbuffet. It's fine.
I think that's what Gardevoir will initially think. Yeah, so this continues to go chaotic as it is. We jump back into the fray, I think?
Or into the stands.
Let's jump back into the stands. Ralph, now that the battle has sort of continued and you see Kyle is not immediately dead, what is your initial thoughts?
I am feeling many emotions. I am confused. I am concerned. I am worried.
No.
I am not. I'm like, okay, well, I'm living vicariously through all these different fighters. So, like, it's fine, but I'm not particularly upset that I'm not fighting. I am more upset that Kyle's fighting because Ralph is like, this is cheating. Like, we
can't do this.
like this is about like this whole thing is about Keldeo proving themselves, and if we
Prove ourselves.
if we not if we prove ourselves, if we assist them in any way that's not fair, then Keldeo's not really proving themselves. We're just making it easy. Like it's almost as if we don't believe in them. I'm like getting really upset now. The more I think about it.
Wait a minute.
I'm like really okay. You know, like that scene in Monsters University where like Sully.
No.
Like
who watched Monsters U?
I did.
I also did. This was before I knew it
I'm the only one who didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the minority here. I'm sorry, but where Sully like turns down the difficulty setting for Mike because he didn't think that Mike could do it, even though he possibly did in that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It feels like that. Like it feels like we're like turning down the difficulty for Keldeo, and like the implication there is that like Kyle doesn't believe he can do it, and like I do, and I'm just here to support him in any way that I can. I don't know.
I see what you mean.
I'm just confused.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
But I'm enjoying the fight. Like part of me is like, oh, how could he possibly be doing such a thing? And then part of me is just like, nom, eat popcorn, watch fight.
Fight. Yay. Fight.
Monkey brain release good chemical. Like yeah.
Great. Good on you. Manaphy has somehow purchased a new shirt despite not having money and also not having the shirts exist. All right, next round. Kyle, you have done some stuff. What's your plan now? Feel free to ask questions, comments.
What's the situation here? What are people?
So if people were going 100% initially, they are going like 85% now. You can tell it's slowly starting to wear on everybody.
Any particularly like weak links?
I'm gonna have you roll on the same boat. Beauty, I guess. I was gonna like, is it perception? Is it medicine? Is it survival? Oh wait, they're all beauty.
That's a 7.
A 7. You're not in the greatest shape. You've been nicked and scratched every now and then.
Have
just
I taken any damage already?
You have. Let's find out how much. You've
I
taken
4
I
feel like I haven't taken anything.
You've taken 4 points of damage so far in this fight.
Oh, okay,
is it
that's
like
fine.
accidental damage?
Yeah,
Because anyone. Okay.
And then no one's targeted Kyle. They've targeted
Kyle.
Keldeo, and then like, oh no, my left shoulder has some flames on it. Let me brush that off real quick. Yeah, that's what I feel.
I see.
But no one has explicitly been like, let's target the top of Keldeo's back. That's sure going to be his weak point.
Okay.
Incidental.
Well, Kyle's still feeling fine. It's still 4 points of damage so far, and we're a fifth of the way-ish through. Okay. Kyle's gonna start getting a little more adventurous. Or actually, not yet. I think Kyle's just gonna go ahead and aim another leaf attack out at 3. Who was the third Pokemon that we introduced?
Camerupt.
All right, yeah, the leaves are going that way.
Pew 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 pew.
That's a fire type. That's not very smart.
It's part ground.
Oh, it is also ground. Never mind.
7 and 17 hits.
Bingo. More leaves get thrown around everywhere. At this point, it's just a hodgepodge of elemental powers that are merging together. Somehow everybody in the stands is able to see this, including Ralph. Ralph, being a fighting connoisseur, is like, ah, yes, the old Wilmsburg technique of 1947. I remember that one. Anyway.
The fact that there is a Pokemon in this world that was probably named Wilmsburg upsets me. This is deeply upsetting. I don't know. Wilmsburg just does not sound like a good Pokemon. But...
perfect.
Are you saying it doesn't sound like a good name in general?
No, as a Pokemon name.
Hi, my name is
Are you
Wilmsburg.
stereotyping what Pokemon can be named?
Oh, brother. All right, listen. Before we get anywhere,
we have a Kyle and a Ralph as Pokemon names. I think everything is on the table.
Well said. Anyway, the next round comes in. People are starting to wear down a little bit more. We have dropped from, where were we, like 85, 80% now down to like 70%. Things are a bit slower. The sand that is poofed up with battle attacks is now not poofing up as much. What is your game plan now?
People are still a little too. People still have a little too much juice for me to really start risking it for the biscuits. So
go out there and whack them in the legs or something.
Well, you say that. More leaves.
More leaves. Great. Do the thing.
No.
Is this another 20 and something?
20 and 8.
Okay. Lee's still hit though, correct?
Yeah. I think the accuracy check on leafage is a 6, if I'm not mistaken.
It is, probably.
Yeah, it's a 6.
Bingo. Okay.
There aren't many moves you have when the accuracy check is not a 6. So.
Yeah, because 6 is like 100% accurate. For general
Yeah,
make.
6
Anyway.
is 100 accuracy.
So at this, leaves are going where? I don't know if you rolled for that.
Or
have a particular person in mind.
It's Gardevoir again.
Great. You choose the one Pokemon that it makes the least amount of sense with.
I let the die decide, and I messed up.
Oh, great. Gardevoir, more leaves. Gardevoir's now real confused, but they hit. So, bing bang.
It's a
bong.
mirror coat. That's all it is. It's
Wow.
just a mirror coat.
Exactly. The next round begins. We are now down to like 60%. Anything you want to do before
Is
attacking,
anyone
or do you want
looking
to attack?
particularly weak?
I'm gonna have you roll the beauty roll for one of those things that I mentioned previously.
That one.
You're looking particularly weak, as I give you 16 points of damage.
Excuse me,
16?
sir?
16? No, I read this wrong. My bad. 6 points of damage. It's 6 points of damage.
Okay. All right. On top of the 4 that I had before.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I rolled a die, and I'm like, wait, 16 points of damage, and I'm realizing like I didn't even roll the d20, but I'm looking at the d20.
Okay.
Anyway.
People are still up and at 'em.
Yeah,
which
people are still
means,
bad.
All right. This is the last round of more leads.
All right,
And,
more leaves go into. Will they hit, and who will they hit?
More leafage going at who's number 4? Is that Muck?
1, 2, 3, 4. That's the Wobbuffet.
Oh, nice! All right, leaves at Wobbuffet. Here we go. 19 and 9. I rolled 17 and 7 earlier, and now I rolled 19 and 9. Huh.
Funny. So that does hit. Leaves to Wobbuffet, gets hit. At this point, you notice, hey, wait a minute. Wobbuffet really hasn't done a lot in a while. Like, even though Pokemon have been attacking. And then you see the holy grail of mirror coats and the counterattack just rush back into the group as Wobbuffet like takes a step back and Kamehameha waves a beam into the center of the group.
Oh!
Everybody explodes outwards.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody just explodes backwards. All sorts of Pokemon hit the wall. I'm gonna have you take 6 points of damage. Oh gosh.
Oh boy. Okay. It's okay. We're fine. Things
good.
are fine. We're
Um,
okay.
so more damage is dealt, but after this, Wobbuffet is out for the count.
No!
Just based on like natural
No,
damage and stuff like
Wobbuffet.
this.
Well,
I'm going to have.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
Wobbuffet's
gonna
biggest thing
give
is.
a little insight into my plans. I was hoping to get a quick attack KO. My best target would have been Wobbuffet to clear the
disadvantage thing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that does not work.
Yeah, it's
somebody
alright.
else.
There are 6 other Pokemon I can KO. It's fine.
Yeah, you can KO Keldeo as well. Just be like, hey, Keldeo.
I
My bad,
could.
man. Click.
I could.
Hey, it's nothing personal, kid. Click. Alright, the battle continues on, and everyone's bouncing back and forth and stuff like that. I'm going to have Mansour roll me a... just roll me a d20, no modifier.
D20. You got it. Let's see if my dice behave today. The 6. No, they're not.
Well, we don't know
Okay.
what is good.
True,
or bad.
true, but they're still rolling very low. I don't know why.
Yeah, okay, so... Whatever was gonna happen with that doesn't happen. Also, Camerupt is now out for the count.
Oh no.
That was my
not
next
Lenny.
target. Set.
We're continuing on with the battle, though. Kyle, I'm gonna have you take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
They are now down to like 50% with 2 people out and everyone just winding down their strength levels. We're like 50% power. What is your game plan now?
What is my game plan? Kyle is gonna make a bit of a risky maneuver.
Perfection. We love it.
I am now rolling for targets. I'm rolling d6s now instead of d8s.
There's 6 people, including Keldeo.
Including Keldeo. So if I I'm assuming Keldeo is number 1 on the list right now.
Correct.
So if I roll a 1, I'm just re-roll.
I mean, you can take out Keldeo. That would be a real twist, but...
That would be a real twist, but I'm not going to do that. 3. Who's number 3 on the list right now that's not knocked out?
I have sort of reset my list. My 3 now is Flygon.
Oh, perfect. Then this will be fine. Kyle is going to go for a Mega Drain on Flygon. So, like, as Keldeo's, like, running past Flygon, Kyle's going to go for, like, a really quick, just, like, jab of a Mega Drain.
Okay. I'm going to have you and I both roll a d20. No modifier, real quick.
Ah. Well, good luck.
What did you roll?
Don't even
15.
bother asking. It's a nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay, so ignore my roll then. That doesn't matter. Okay, so at this point, Scizor can use Leech Life. So, people sapping each other of health is not something that should be suspicious.
Nice. Cool.
In fact, because of your nat 20, they're doing that right now. Like, Scizor has literally just tried to use Leech Life on Flygon. So
as I'm going in for this Mega Drain.
As you're going in for it. With your nat 20 as well, no disadvantage for this.
Including the learning disadvantage?
No disadvantage, period. Whatever. Who cares? One time you just get it. Who cares? Whatever.
No!
A 1?
Yeah, it's a 2.
No.
You feel it. This is it. The moment you finally got it. All the circumstances are coming into place.
No, I rolled a 13. It hits. Yay!
Yeah, okay, great. You rushed up. This is it. Like, this is your moment. You're invigorated. You're excited. For the first time since, like, your prime workout days back at the Bronze Roses, you were like, I'm feeling myself at this point. You rush in, use your Mega Drain, and you just realize all of a sudden, like, I forgot how to do it. Do I punch them? Do I like absorb it? And your moment has passed. Like, this is the epitome of seeing the wide open receiver and not throwing the ball. Like,
yeah.
Oh shoot.
This is Tyler Lockett tripping on the out route.
Oh gosh, yeah. This is empty goal. Empty goal from goalie missing and just missing that shot.
Empty net puts
empty
it
net.
in row set.
Exactly. So that is how your turn goes. Let's have some more rolls. Ralph, I need you to roll a d20. Nothing happened. No modifier. I say Ralph, it's really Mansour rolling it, but it's not like Ralph's
rolling this d20 again.
D20 again, no modifier.
Okay. 17.
17. Keldeo has unlocked Rage Mode.
Oh my.
Great. Hey, guess what I did? So, remember how I had a bunch of random ideas occurring through work and all sorts of stuff like that?
Is this one of them?
This is one of them that happened in the most recent work time period.
The one you did say we'd get to this time around.
Yeah, probably. You might get to the other one, who knows. So, here's the thing. Legendary Pokemon and mythical Pokemon are legendary Pokemon and mythical Pokemon, right?
Yes.
So they should have really, really cool abilities, right?
Yes.
So, here's where that comes in. Keldeo, well, first off, each legendary Pokemon, and over the course of the next X number of weeks I will make this up, each legendary Pokemon has their own special ability that they can do once per battle that is just completely over the top and pointless.
Nice!
So, you ready to hear what Keldeo's is? And I don't know why I gave it to Keldeo, it was just the first ability I thought, and I'm like, that's really cool.
It's not Blaze, but like...
It's not Blaze. Do I have a sheet for Keldeo? I do have a sheet for Keldeo, perfect.
It's not Torrent because it's a red aura, not a blue aura.
So this is Keldeo's ability, which is unnamed as of right now. Keldeo, and this is, okay, first off, these abilities are like Yu-Gi-Oh abilities, so not like,
nice.
My power level is like this. It's like, when this activates, which means this activates and this activates. So, Keldeo, once per battle, can cut all of the effects of all of the moves it has in half in order to attack with all 4 moves at the same time.
What? Excuse me, sir.
So that is Keldeo's ability.
What?
Keldeo can do it once per battle, and Keldeo will also have to be in rage mode in order to do this.
Okay.
So now that Keldeo's in rage mode.
Stupid.
So Keldeo Keldeo's current moveset is Aqua Jet, Leer, Bubble Beam, and Double Kick. So what will happen is I will roll. So here's what will happen. I'll roll accuracy for all 4 of these moves. Do all the calculations as if I'm attacking like with that one specific move. And after everything is done, I cut all of that in half, add them together. Hiya. This includes
There's a Leer and Aqua Jet and Double Kick.
very true. The thing is, this also includes like effects as well. So if like a burn chance was 10%, it's now 5%. Not the case in this. I don't believe that's the case so for example, the defense drop will be by 1 instead of 2.
I mean, it's still a 1 defense drop after 2, potentially 3 physical hits.
Yep. Speed can drop, double kick hits twice in 1 turn, yeah. So that is Keldio's ability when Keldeo is in rage mode. Other legendary Pokemon will have stupid abilities like this, which is a thing to note when you fight legendaries, if you fight legendaries. I have retroactively also made Regigigas one, which
we just didn't get to see.
Which you didn't get to see. So Regigigas is, so every legendary Pokemon has to get past some sort of obstacle. That's what I'm going to say. So Keldeo has to get into rage mode. Regigigas has to get out of slow start. Once Regigigas gets out of slow start, Regigigas is able to unlock the rest of its moveset and use any move that another Regi can learn.
Question.
Yes.
When we battled Regigigas, did we take it out?
You did not get out. You did not let Regigigas get out of slow start.
Oh, okay.
That's why I made it like that. Otherwise, it wouldn't have made sense previously. That is the case.
I thought we had like a scary moment of there was 1 turn that like it was out of.
No, it was 1 turn left. I think like had you not beat them that round, the next round they would have won. Yeah. Even retroactively, because now Regigigas, I'm gonna say like for example, can learn Ice Beam, even though it technically can't, but Regice can. So, bingo. Or Thunder, because Regieleki can. Or Draco Meteor, because Regidrago.
Bro, that ability is scary enough without the 2 new Regis.
Yeah, exactly. Because you would have the Steel, Rock, and Ice ones, but now you also have Electric and Dragon. And then Regigigas itself is being... Anyway, so other legendary Pokemon will have this as well. This will be developed over time. Yeah.
Fun new mechanic.
New mechanic that I've made up that don't fight a legendary.
Well,
anyway.
Yeah, we know we're gonna fight.
Yeah, we'll try not to. Easily. Anyway.
We're gonna probably... Question, you said the legendaries and mythicals, right?
Correct, all of them.
Darkrai is a mythical.
Correct.
Nice.
Good luck with that. Anyway, so yeah, this is a thing that it can use at any point in time. It can use it once during the battle, and afterwards it cannot use that ability again, etc., etc., etc. So with that point now, Keldeo, I'm gonna say Keldeo knows that it can do this now, but it's kind of waiting for the right moment. With all that being said, because I just explained, basically, actually no, one more. I forgot to mention one more thing. Once it does this massive ability, it's like it has a hyper beam effect afterwards of like can't move at the next turn.
Gotcha.
So with that being said, Keldeo's not doing that now. Kyle, what is your game?
Kyle, at this point, how are people looking? How are people feeling?
Roll beauty.
That's 11.
11. Pick 1 Pokemon, and I will roll for 1. And I will tell you 1 information piece about each of them, or just tell you how they are.
Who's
so you pick 1,
again?
and I will roll for 1. Sorry?
Who's 3rd again in the list?
3rd is Flygon.
Alright, tell me about Flygon.
Flygon right now is the 2nd healthiest.
The 2nd healthiest. Okay, so I can do this without potentially arousing too much suspicion.
Correct. Let me roll as well to see who. Number 2 is Gardevoir. Gardevoir is the weakest.
Duly noted. Okay. Kyle, and like what percentage is like the field at right now? Like we left off at 50. Where are we at now?
40. I say 10% per round, give or take.
Okay.
And
yep. Okay.
We're
Cool.
getting there.
Kyle is going to once again go for a Mega Drain on Flight.
Great.
So am I rolling?
Go for it. Back to its normal, like, inaccurate self.
So I need to hit 3.
Sounds like it.
19, 17, and a 6! Does a tie hit? I forget.
I forget if a tie hits.
A tie hits! Come on, please!
Hold up. We have
Come on. You got... Even if it doesn't... I feel like it doesn't hit, but in this scenario, we gotta let it. Come on! A double disadvantage? No. Don't take this away from me, please.
Show me where the moves are.
Don't take this away from me, please. Please.
If the result is greater than accuracy, the attack hits.
No,
it does not say greater than or equal to.
No, please.
It must be higher.
Oh, I think I misread my die. I think it said 9. I misread
Oh,
what
yeah,
the bar
yeah.
was. The bar is. I thought it was at the top of the number, but it was actually at the bottom of the number.
Yeah, nope, no ifs, ands, or buts about this. I was trying to think of a way I could finagle this, but I can't think of anything
believe
logical.
in both of these situations where I wanted to use Mega Drain. I was one die off.
Yeah.
In both.
Unfortunate.
So Mega Drain, you try again, but at this point, the Keldeo is moving too fast for you to be able to grasp a proper Mega Drain. And that is the case now. Let's do some more damage-related stuff. Wow, that's a number. Wow, that's a big number. That's a medium-sized number. And that's a number that nobody likes. So, Gardevoir is now out for the count.
Okay.
Hariyama is now out for the count.
Oh
Okay,
no,
so now we're down to
my
4.
boy.
We've lost Wobbuffet, Camerupt, Gardevoir, and Hariyama. So now we're down to Keldeo, Flygon, Muck, Scizor.
Correct. So now
I'm proud of this muck for making it through.
this Muck is out here taking hits. Yeah, don't even ask me how. This Muck is just taking hits. What is your move? Keldeo is still not using Ultra ability.
Keldeo's still not using Ultra ability. Can
What
I
is your
check
game
on
move?
people again?
You can by rolling a beauty.
That's a 13.
Same thing. You pick one person. I will roll one person. You get information. There are 4 people left, including Keldeo, and Keldeo is an option.
Yeah. The order I set them in was Flygon, Muck, Scizor. So Muck. I don't know about
Muck right now has taken a lot of hits. Muck is playing a very defensive game, which has worked so far, but the question is, will that work against Scizor? Will that work against Flygon? Will that work against Keldeo?
Yeah.
My role is for Scizor. Scizor right now is the weakest of everyone.
Scizor is the weakest. I'm between 2 minds right now. Do I go for a Mega Drain on Flygon, try to hit and recoup some HP here before the next round, or do I go for a KO now?
How much HP do you have right now?
I'm fine. I'm at about half health.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, but also I don't want to risk it.
I mean, in my opinion, you shouldn't even be in there, but whatever.
All right, Mega Drain on Flygon. Here we go.
Alright, go for it. Triple.
That's a 10, an 18, and a 9.
Perfection!
Hey, we hit.
We got it! Alright, so Mega Drain does work this time. We don't roll that. Instead, we're gonna roll... What is the power normally for Mega Drain?
The base power is 4.
4. Or, sorry, not the power. The dice rolls. Sorry.
Oh, D8 plus 6.
D8 plus 6. I'm going to roll a D12 and see what we get. But that's close enough. That's not exact, but... And what are you gonna do?
D12 plus 2.
D12 plus 2, sure, for guaranteed. Plus 10.
I get 10 health back?
You get 10 health back.
Nice. That's huge.
That is big. More damage is dealt here.
Alright, tell me what I want to hear. Tell me what I want to hear. Who's down?
It's a case. It's a case. It's a case. And that's the case. Okay. Scizor is down. Muck is down.
It's 1-on-1?
It's 1-on-2, technically.
It's 1-on-1.
It's 1-on-1 for everybody else.
It's 1-on-1.
Oh.
Keldeo is now... the aura is, like, on you now at this point. And Keldeo kind of, like, nudges... It sort of signifies to you, get out and get back. It is your choice to listen, because, of course, you do have your own specific goals.
Yeah, but it's not worth risking it. Kyle, at this point, is gonna just hop off Keldeo and just slowly start walking backwards, because, like, Kyle wants to see what's about to happen, you know? Kyle's not gonna turn around. Like, Kyle wants to enjoy the show, but Kyle's also, like, you know, backing up and, like, getting back to the tunnel and being ready to leave.
So, okay.
Oh, no,
So what happened-
no. Kyle's not getting ready to leave. Kyle's just going, like, towards the wall, like, behind Keldeo. Because Kyle's gonna stay in there, because I assume, like, the fight with Embor is gonna be after this.
So, right now, Keldeo is sort of like a bull, like scraping their hooves on the ground, and Scizor is kind of like, not Scizor, sorry, Flygon. Flygon is like flapping its wings, just like beady-eyed, looking ready, and then there's like that silence that always appears in like battles. They both look at each other, and Flygon zooms down. Keldios starts rushing. And then this aura just flashes to the point where everybody knows this aura exists now. As Keldeo looks sort of different, and the only thing you can tell is you feel like that sword that was on the wall when the door, the Swords of Justice door, the extra sword that was Keldeo's sword. You feel like that sword is behind Keldeo or in Keldeo. It's weird to say. The light is shining from Keldeo.
There is now sword.
There is now sword, basically.
Oh, this is the second form. It has to be. Or am I dumb?
Who knows? So Keldeo starts.
It has a sword on. Okay.
Anyway, Keldeo starts rushing up, and you see its eyes flash as Leer is used, and Flygon bounces back for a bit. Keldeo jumps up in the air using Aqua Jet, zooming straight at the Flygon, hits it as it's recoiling back, using its back legs, double kicks it, and flying backwards as it approaches the ground, bubble beams. So all of this is done in the manner of half a second. Just rush up, backflip, does all three of these moves, lands on the ground.
And because we're in anime now, we have all the different angles of every point of this, the whole sequence. We have 5 different angles of it, of the boom, ba 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 bam, boom, ba 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 bam, boom, ba 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 bam.
Yeah. You just have that. You have that one character in the background, Nani? Nandato? That sort of feeling.
Yep.
That's impossible. He mastered the powers of the Swords of Justice? No way. Yeah, you have that one character over-explaining everything. He was able to use Leer, follow that up with an Aqua Jet, then double-kicked his way into a Bubble Beam. Impressive.
Impressive? That's impossible. How has he done it?
There's no way.
No Pokemon can be that strong.
And then Keldeo lands on the ground, the Flygon lands on the ground as well, except Flygon is currently knocked out. And Keldeo has won the match. Yay! Da 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 da.
Ralph is whoa! I disagree with the methods, but I'm happy.
The ends justify the means. Let's go.
Not quite. I'll have a talk with the means. I'll have a talk with the means later about this.
And Keldeo has won. Yay! Everybody applauds and cheers and probably is very happy. And then, as Keldeo is sort of healing up, and everyone's like, "Congratulations, Keldeo! You win chest of goods and fight with Mayor. Would you like fight with Mayor now?" Keldeo nods, yes. And then they're like, "Great."
At this point, Kyle is back on top of Keldeo and nods along with yes.
Great. You can heal up, and the fight with Mayor will happen in the next episode.
Way!
Yay! That was just chaos for an hour.
It was
great. I loved it.
Wonderful chaos.
I know Ralph didn't do much. Don't worry. I have a plan for Ralph.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't like that at all.
yeah, you said that's fine, and then you heard what he said.
But that is where we will end this episode. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Hope that you have enjoyed. I have been your PM, your DM, your GM, Anirudh himself.
And I've been Mansour, playing Ralph.
And I've been Mohammed, playing Kyle.
And until next time, make sure that out of everybody, you are truly number one. And in December or January, I don't know, or one of those months will be filled in properly. Facebook is a thing. It's a company. Hopefully it still exists. Hopefully, actually, I don't know, depending on whichever side you're on.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
Well, see, here's the problem.
Hopefully
we all
it
depend
exists for
too much on
stability
Facebook.
purposes.
Is the problem.
Right, yeah.
It's like,
No,
why
I see your
people...
point.
I have no redundancy in my communications chains. I wanted to text people about the Facebook outage on Messenger.
Which is a problem.
Yeah.
Long story short, ladies and gentlemen, what I recommend is pigeons. Pigeons. Yep. They don't go out.
You gotta bring the carrier pigeons back.
I mean, think about it. No, logically speaking, pigeons act like text, okay? When you don't fuel them with minutes or data or T-Mobile, then you're stuck here with just a pigeon. You're stuck here with just a phone, and you can't correspond with people. Does it take time for the message to go through? Absolutely.
I love pigeons. I love pigeons as much as the next guy. Actually, probably more than the next guy.
You probably love pigeons more than the average human does.
Yeah, I really do. Actually, I really like.
He's
pigeons.
the one.
But I hate you. I hate that you referenced something that we didn't even record, and no one's gonna. Okay, whatever.
No, but here's the thing. No one's gonna hear that rant because all people are gonna hear is I like pigeons more than the I probably like pigeons more than the average. Blah 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 blah. And it's like oh yeah, like of course you do. Of course you like pigeons more. And it's like he's the one, and that's gonna be where it cuts.
I hate no.
All right, no need to make the rest of your point about pigeons. Let's record the episode.